out of it. Anyway, shall I delicately approach my wild card question?
We need a graphic and a sound effect for that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm just going to do a bad Kermit the Frog impression every time. Which is... All right, so the point of the wildcard question is it has nothing to do with what we've been talking about whatsoever and is a completely random question. The panel are not prepared for this question. They do not know what it's going to be. I actually think the one that's in the next show is better than this one, so make sure you tune into our next podcast. It's going to be a better question than this. But today's wildcard question is, can a gamer love a non-gamer? Can you be in a relationship with a non-gamer? Doesn't have to be, a romantic relationship. Can be a friend. Friendship is very important. We are very supportive of asexual people in this particular environment. But can the most important people in your life, that person that is your bond, your soul, your person, can they be a non-gamer and can you still connect with them? Anyone want to dive in? And I'm hoping I'm not in anyone's relationship right now.
I would say yes. One of my best friends is a non-gamer, so I would say yes, that's totally fine. Yes. I mean, obviously, there are other parts of our relationship as a friend that we can connect over. It's just gaming isn't one of them, but we have plenty of other things that we're interested in together. So that is the basis of our friendship.
Fair enough.
I think that as with any relationship, it's very important that for a healthy relationship, you need to accept that you can't get everything you need from one person. So
it's very true.
It's nice to have people that understand what gaming is, which is partially why this podcast is so good. Because I've never met anyone like you three who with gaming has been such it's a core pillar of my life, and it's vital that I have people around me who I can share that with. But at the same time, if Mrs. or Mr. Right comes along, or somewhere in between, I'll go. I won't. It's not a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker. I thought, they're beautiful, they're funny, they're clever, they're smart, they're emotional and lovely, but they don't play games, so I'm going to kick them to the curb. I think I'll stick with that and do this podcast.
Very wise.
Well, I'm really sorry, but I have not dated a non-gamer since I was 15. All of the people that I've been involved with have been gamers, and I do think it would be a massive issue for me if they were not at least partially interested in gaming, because I love gaming. And I think friendships is a different thing. I have lots of non-gaming friends who I love dearly and who I have very fulfilling friendships with, but my life partner, I think, does have to be a gamer, because I can't stand this whole I'm this widow or that widower. It's just just get on the game and join in. It's always been a thing for me, and it has caused problems. I have to say, the gaming has caused problems in my relationships, because it's about getting that balance right. So sometimes you're involved with somebody who's much more into the game or this game or that game than you are, but essentially it is such an important part of my life. And even though today I don't do as much of it as I would like to, I'm very, very happy that I'm with somebody who also enjoys gaming and who I can say, after dinner, after my daughter's in bed, I can sit down and go, what do you want to do this evening? And I'll be like, should we go game? Yeah. And we can do that. And when I said to him the other day, do you want to, what do you want to, what games do you want to play? He was like, well, I really want to play a game that we can play together. And, that's good.
Yeah, no, I have to say I'm probably on the same page as Jem, and it may be because we're a bit older and been living with people for longer and stuff like that. That's where my partner normally is. He's had to go upstairs because he doesn't want to be on camera and he doesn't want to be named and he doesn't want me to talk about him. But to talk about we game a huge amount together, and I was nowhere near as into co-op games as I have been over the last 10 years, because as you say, Jem, it is that thing of what are we going to do tonight? Let's find a game we can play together. And I think there is something really joyful. I'm not, as you say, Matt, if the right person had come along, I would not, and they weren't a gamer, I wouldn't have kicked them to the curb. I would have invited them to enjoy the delights of slowly converting them to the wonders, because it's really joyful having people. And I suppose it comes back to what we were talking about right at the start, about how during this pandemic, gaming has been really important about bringing people together and being able to do something social together, and how wonderful it is. And, you know, I wrote down lots of quotes about this episode so far, but a fact that Jem said, you just need to find your tribe. And I think that's really, that's what's lovely about it.
And she said mindful mindlessness.
Yes. I've also written down that you can't get everything you need from one person, Matt, because I thought that was very deep, and I thought that was very good of you, and stuff like that. And also that gaming helps you avoid doom scrolling, which I think we can all agree. Most of
I've deleted all my social media apps for a little while because it was really getting me down.
Yeah,
that's important.
Gaming, here to save us all. Right, it is 8 o'clock. So first of all, because we have to do a Women's Equality Party plug, I urge you all to check out #Money for Value and look at our campaign about paying carers fairly, because we're meant to be doing that right now. And still haven't